What's up guys, Justin here with the RenderingEssentials.com, back with another Enscape rendering tutorial for you. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to create a physical model look for your renderings inside of Enscape. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. Alright, so the look we're going to go for is the kind of rendered architectural model, as if this had been built out of like paper or wood. So you can search architectural physical model on like Google in order to see some examples of this, but that's generally the look we're going for. Alright, so what I want to do first is I just want to click on the play button right here to get a feel for the look of what's going on inside of this model. Alright, so a couple things that we want to do in order to start this off. So what we're going to do in this case is we're going to check the box for auto exposure at the moment, and then I want to swap out the background for an HDRI file. So I have a file that I've downloaded from HDRI Haven, which is for free. I think it's the Studio Small #2 from HDRI Haven. And so all I'm really doing with the HDRI Haven file is I'm just going to use it as a background, but we're going to get most of our lighting from an artificial lighting source. But for now what I want to do is I just want to open up that file and put it in here as my background. And we'll worry more about these settings a little bit later, but this is where we're going to start off. And so you can see how first off this is kind of sitting in space at the moment. So if I like look around, you can see the HDRI file in the background. We don't necessarily want that, so I'm going to jump back into my model real quick, and I'm just going to add a plane, and that plane is just going to act as like the ground inside of my model. So we're just going to add a plane. I'm going to move it down so that it aligns with the bottom of this physical model like this. And I'll go ahead and I'll make that a group, and we can adjust it more in a bit if we need to. But now if I jump back into my Enscape model, you can see how I've at least got kind of a ground plane as if this was sitting on a table or something like that. And so what I want to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to add some artificial lights to this model. So I'm just going to jump back into SketchUp, and remember inside of the Enscape menu there's an option here for Enscape Objects, and Enscape Objects is going to have a number of different lights that you can add in here. And so right now what I want to do is I want to add a rectangle light. So I'm just going to click on this corner point, move my mouse up and click again, and then move my mouse down and click in order to place this. And so one thing you're going to notice right now is no matter how big I make this light, it just doesn't look very big because this house is modeled to real world scale, right? And the problem with modeling this to scale, it's going to mess with the way the lighting is calculated inside of your model. So right now, for example, you can see how you're not getting a ton of light off of that right now, and that's partially because it's so small compared to the model. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take this whole model, I'm just going to group it, and then I'm going to change the scale so that it's smaller. So in this case, for example, imagine if we were building this on a desk, you could assume this might have a height of like 6 inches or something like that. So what you can do is you can click on the tape measure tool right here, and I'm going to tap the control key to make sure I'm not in create guide mode, but I'm just going to click between these points and then type in a value of 6 and hit the enter key. What that's going to do is that's going to resize my model. So now this model is more appropriately sized for what we're trying to do here. So I'm just going to move this over so that it's somewhat under the light. I'm going to move the light down on the blue axis. And sometimes going into a top-down mode can be helpful for doing this. But I'm just going to kind of place this light right above my model, like this. And I'm going to go ahead and bring the size of it down just a bit using these sliders in here. But then if we jump back into Enscape, we're going to fly a little closer, and you're going to see that now this model is being lit by that artificial light. And we can adjust the luminous power of that light in order to adjust how bright this is going to be. So I'm going to leave this on something like 2000 for right now, but we'll come back and make some changes in a little bit. But now we've got our model kind of in here, and now we want to make some more changes. The first thing I want to do is, in a lot of these physical models, what you see some lights on the inside of your building that are more colored, so kind of like a gold color or something like that. So what we want to do is we want to add those inside of our model. so that we can see it. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to add another rectangle light. So I'm just going to click in here and click on rectangle like this. And then I'm just going to place this slightly above my building for right now, and then I can just move it down. I'm just going to move my mouse up. I'm just going to click, and we're just going to try to place this so that it's pointing down as best as possible. And then I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to align this with the SketchUp tools real quick. So I'm just going to rotate this. There we go. And so now I've got this light in here, but I want to move it down just a little bit. I'm just going to use some inferencing in order to do that. I'm going to move it over a little bit as well. And I find jumping into wireframe mode can be kind of helpful on this. But one thing we want to do with this light, because right now what this is going to do is this is going to generate a light inside of your model, right? See how it's super bright over here? But part of the problem that we're having is, first of all, it's a little bit too wide and it's casting a little extra light over here, but it also needs to be colored. And so in order to adjust the color of a light in Enscape, all you do is you just apply a material to that light. So in this case, we'll just take this color D05, and I may need to come in here and hide my roof in order to do this. But we'll just take this color D05 and we'll just apply it to this light. Well, now if you go back into Enscape, you're going to see kind of this orangish color over here. And so what I want to do now is I want to reduce the width just a little bit. And notice how when you click on it, you're going to get the option to do that over here. So you can adjust the size of your light, both from a length and a width standpoint, like this. And so what I want is I want to have a light that's going to cast this kind of like orangish, goldish color at every one of these windows. So I'm just going to take this, I'm just going to use the move tool in copy mode. I'm just going to make a copy over here. I'm going to make a copy over here. So now, if we jump back into our physical model, right here, notice how we're getting light in all of these different locations. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on this building. So I'm just going to double click back in here, do an edit, unhide all. I may need to double click in here again. There we go. And so now we jump back into our model. We can see how we're getting that kind of goldish color in here. And so we can play around with these a little bit in order to get the full look that we're going for. So for example, what I might do is I might go into my outliner and select this rectangular light 1, and I might adjust the brightness up or down, and I'll kind of split my screen here. But right now, for example, I think my overall light is a little bit bright. So I could just select that and bring the brightness down on that one. And what I might do is I might bring that down to like 21 or 20 lumens. And then the other one, I might bring these down as well. And I feel like I'm still getting too much light from my HDRI image, because really that's just in there to give me a dark background. So I'm just going to go back into my settings and just bring that way down. So I'm going to bring the brightness from that down to something really low. And so now you're getting a little bit more light in here from these artificial lights. And you can adjust how bright those are by adjusting this up and down. And so the other thing I want to do is I want to place another light inside of this space right here. So we'll just go back into SketchUp. And I find copying lights that you already have and making them unique is going to be a little bit easier. Oops. And so in this case, I'll just take this one and I'll make a copy of it. But notice how right now this is an instance of these lights, meaning if I was to adjust it, these lights would adjust as well. Well, you can make that unique by right-clicking on it and clicking the button for Make Unique. Now this is its own light, and so if I adjust it like this, notice how only the one light is getting changed. But I'm just going to move this down. And so now what I've got is I've got 3 artificial lights up here and 1 over here. So I'm going to jump back out of X-ray mode and back into Enscape. So now if you look at this, I'm getting a lot of light coming out of this model. And so what I might want to do is I might want to bring the brightness on those lights down just a bit. So generally I like to have them a little less bright than I have the actual light lighting my whole model. So my overall light, I might want to be maybe more like 300 lumens. Because these other lights are just supposed to be accents. And so now if you look at this, you can see how we've got our lighting set up inside of our model so that we've got kind of a gold glow coming out of our building, and we've got everything else as kind of a physical model. And so a couple other things that I'm going to do real quick. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some low poly trees, and these are trees that I actually created in Blender and then brought in with Transmuter. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to import those. So I'm just going to do a file import. I'm going to find my trees model, and if you guys are interested, I can make a video on how I did that on my SketchUp channel, so leave a comment down below and let me know. Alright, so with these tree models, I'm just going to place a couple of them inside of my rendering just to add a little bit of detail in here. So I'm going to set one maybe in this big open space right here, and I may bring the size up just a bit. But then I'll put another tree up here, and then I'll copy a couple of these pine trees across the site in various locations as well. And I find it is good to add a little bit of random, at least sizing, if not rotation, in the scene as well. But now if I jump back into my rendering, I've now got some physical trees in here to go along with my model. And so one other thing that I'm going to do, so you could come in here and make everything in here look like it was made of wood by using this wood texture. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to render it as a white model. And so if you remember inside of the custom preset main tab, there's an option in here for white, and there's an option in here for polystyrol. And so the white is going to make everything look as if it was made of paper. The polystyrol would make it look like it was made of polystyrol. So you can select either one of these depending on which one you like. But personally for this one, I'm liking the white a little bit better. And so I've got this all kind of set up, and I like the way that it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the button for screenshot, and what that's going to do is that's going to render this image out. And then you can put this in whatever folder you put your Enscape renderings, but it's going to go through, it's going to render this image, and then here's an image of the final product. So I will link to some other Enscape tutorials on this page as well. If you like this video, please remember to click that like button down below. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.